Hi, I'm Dan Costa, Editor-in-Chief of Worth Media Group, and we are in Davos, Switzerland. I am joined by Josh Kampel, the CEO of Worth Media Group. Josh, Davos in all of its glory.
Yet another year.
So you say that because you've been to Davos 10, 11 times. What has changed this year compared to all the other times you've been?
You know, I think if you look over the past decade, obviously the content has radically changed. 10 years ago, the conversation was about Internet of Things. The last couple of years, it's been about climate change, ESG, sustainability. This year, it's dominated by AI. You can't leave a conversation without talking about artificial intelligence and its impact on work, on industry. So I think we're seeing, obviously, that continued change in content. We're also seeing who comes to Davos. This is the World Economic Forum annual meeting. People refer to it as Davos. Davos is the city. Now we're starting to see little pockets of other events pop up this week. So people are saying, oh, I'm going to Davos. Well, you're not going to World Economic Forum. You're going to an event that happens to take place during, WEF in Davos. So I think we're starting to see more adjacent events pop up, here, as well as this shift in content.
Yeah, that was the thing that amazed me last year, and it's the same this year. I'd say 80%, 90% of the people here don't actually go to the Congress Center. They walk up and down the promenade, and the whole city of Davos is sort of emptied out and turned over to companies which are taking over every store and installing their brands and having activations and serving coffee and having panels and discussions. And it's like a conference, but it's taking over the entire city.
Yeah, and you think about all these brands that are trying to cut through the noise and the clutter. So, each of them are trying to find their way, to your point. Am I giving away a free hat, or am I giving away some coffee? Or am I creating compelling content? So you'll see panels and content happening, in the city outside of the main, conference center. So, it's always an amazing week, but great to be here.
So part of that content package is what we're creating for some of our partners. We're going to do a bunch of interviews. I've got a bunch of interviews scheduled, but maybe just paint a picture of what a day looks like to a Davos attendee.
Yeah, and the days are long. It is amazing that we'll go. Last night, I think we left the time party at midnight. It was still going. People probably stayed out till 2, 3 in the morning. And then we hit the ground running this morning, 7 a.m. with breakfast. So it is a long day. It starts with breakfast at 7. It goes into the late night, early hours of the morning with more fun and entertainment. But then the day is packed with, as you said, other interviews, bilateral meetings, and just really sort of the serendipity of, bumping into people. And that, again, is one of the amazing things about Davos. You could be walking down the street and run into anyone from the head of the World Bank to a celebrity. Last night at the party, will.i.am walking around, and then you have Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce. So it really is this intersection of celebrity and sports and influence with executives, with, all these, heads of state. So I don't think there's any place like it where you get that sort of, melting pot of such senior people.
I think one of the knocks on Davos, a perceived knock, is that it's a conference for rich people and powerful people. I'm always impressed by the number of public servants that are here, the number of activists, number of philanthropies and charities that are doing work here. So there are all of those celebrities and there are all those famous people, but there's also a lot of people just working hard to try and do deals and make the world a better place.
Yeah, and I mean, look, you think about our mantra at Worth, right? This idea of where we're shifting to around conscious and stakeholder capitalism. Obviously, Klaus wrote about stakeholder capitalism. I think when you look at the people that are here, yes, they're all trying to generate, economic returns and grow their businesses, but there is, a responsibility that they feel. So no matter if you are a tech company or if you're a bank, you are talking about how do you, serve the broader society, and you are starting to see the nonprofits and all of that, being part of the conversation, which is obviously great for us.
Well, we're going to have a ton of content up on worth.com. If you want to know more about what we're doing at Davos, go to worth.com, read our stories, and we'll see you later.